Assalamu alaikum friends. So today I will explain you how chmod command works and how can we use chmod command in Ubuntu. So we will learn about this in some details. So let's start our lecture. So here I have a txt file. I will explain from this. So first of all, our the permission portion in the Ubuntu terminal are divided into three parts. The first part is read. The first part is the ownership, and the other is for group owner, and the third one is for other. So sequence of permission or terminal are divided into three parts. So for example, if you start our terminal and we check so let's check this. So if you type ls negative l, so in this we will be shown the directory and files, and here you can see the first one is read, the second one is write, and the third one is for execution. These are the permissions which are divided into three parts, and again in this the permission are further divided into three parts. So these three is the area of owner, and another are the area of group, and the other are the area of others. So there are three options in these. So at the moment I am the owner, so I have permission of this file as read, write, and execute. So read, write, and execute. So here you can see this the starting of this line. So the start of this line, it means that it is a file. So if the permission is start from dr, it means it is a directory. So here you can see directory 1, and it is in this starting from dr and dr, and it is starting from hyphen, so it means it is a file. So these are some basics of permission command. So I will again tell you that this is read, write, and execute. So this portion is for root, and this portion is for owner, and here this portion is for group, and here this portion is for others. So at the moment I am owner, so I have the permission of this file as read, write, and execute, and in this file I have permission of read and write, and this is for group, so I have created no groups at the moment, and I have no other user. I am using Ubuntu only for myself. So here is this directory, and in this directory I have permission of execute and only write. So here you can see this dash. This dash means the right place that the right permission is missing. So it means I have no permission for writing into this directory 1, and in this file I have permission of write, read, write, and execute, and others have no permission. So these are some basics. So let's move further. So we have learned this that our this is divided into three portion. The first portion is for root, the first is for owner, the second is for groups, and the third one is for others. So this is divided into three portion, and now in this we have first read, and the other is write, and another is execute. It is denoted by r, w, and x. So let's check. So how can we change the ownership of the file? So let's learn also this. So here is the directory I am in. So let's try to run this at dr1. So if I want to log this file, I want to not enter into this file, so I will change this permission to, for example, if I change this dir1, so it has the permission of execute and read, write and execute. So it is therefore it can be executed. If I don't want uh, if I want to change the permission, so first of all we will learn about this. So if we do chmod 000, it means the permission of all the permission for root, the permission for owner, the permission for others, and all will be taken. They will have, no one will be able to go into this file until you change that permission. So for example, this in this we will be going from right to left. So for execution we will have 2 power 0, and for write 2 power 1, and for read it is 2 power 2. So if we add these we get 7. So if we write 7 on the terminal, so for example if I write chmod 777, this is the example. So here you can see the permission read, write and execute. This will be changed to all. So temp.cpp, and again you do -l, and here you can see the permission is changed. The permission are given to all of owners and others and also groups. So let's check what does this 777 means. So here you can see that if you add these terms we get 7. So it means all the permission of first will be given. So as we did 7, so this first 7 means the this is the place of, this 7 is the place of owner. So 7 means give all permission to the owner, and this 7 means the group. So 7 means give all permission to the group, and this 7 means give all permission to the others. So therefore we can see all the permission were given to this. If I want to change the owner permission to read, write and execute, and other and groups permission to nothing, nothing. So here you can see 700. So temp.cpp, and again you can check. Now the owner portion is read, write and execute, and all the others are all the other permission are taken away. So here you can use 7, 0 and also 7. So what does this mean? It means there's permission for the owner will be given, all the permission for owner will be given, and for the groups the permission will be taken away, and for others all permission will be also given to them. So let's check again, and here see you can see the owner part and the group have taken away their permission, and the other part. So that's are some simple. Now let's check how this 7 and this works. So if we add these we get 7. So 7 means read, write and execute all permissions. Read plus write plus execute, we will add these its powers and digits. So if you want to give for example our first place in this this is the 7 at the first digit is the part of owner, the second digit is the part of what we say that the second portion is for groups, and the third portion is for others. So if we add all of these, so it means all permission, it means 7. So this is clear. And now if I want to give the owner only read and execute permission, so what we will do, we will add this and only this. So what we get, 2 power 2 4 and 2 power 0 1 and equals 5. So if I write 5 in the place of owner, so it means the read and execution permission will be given to this owner. So let's check. So at the moment first let's make all to 000, all permission, take all permission from this temp.cpp. So ls negative l, as you can see, no permission given to them. And no permission means, let's, if you try to run this, where is the, so here is the file. So here you can see, you will see nothing in this file, permission command, etc. As you can see, save changes and nothing and nothing. So no permission has been given to this file, temp.cpp. We want to run this again, and here it shows nothing. So now let's, where is the file? Where is my file, man? Permissions command. So here is my file and the rough folder is here. So now all the permissions are taken from this temp.cpp. So let's work on this directory one. So let's all take all permissions from this directory one. So chmod and take all permission from 000, take permission from owner, take permission from groups, and take permissions from others in dir1. So all the permission are taken from this, as you can see. So let's clear this. Now if I want to run this, I will be asked for password. No, no, that's why it is asking for password, because we have taken all permissions. So we have to join as root. So now let's check over this. Now if I, as I said, that if I want to give user read and execute permission, so what will I do? I will add this and this. So 4 plus 1 equals 5. So if I write 5, then it means that read and execute permission will be given to the owner. So if you check, so if I use 5, as I said that add this and this. Now 5 and 00, other permission will be taken, and only the user permission, the owner permission of read and execute will be given to this dir1. As you can see, at the moment it has no permission. So let's run this and now check this again, and you can see this only execute permission are given to this. So 2 power 2 4 plus 2 power 0 1. So I write 5 and 0 0. 5 0 0 to dir1, and let's check this. Read, write, and execute. So execute permission is given to this. So let's work on temp.cpp. So if I want to give temp chmod 500, it means the read and execute permission will be given to owner of this temp.cpp. Now let's check this again, and read and execute permission are given to this, as you can see here. So let's clear it again and check this again. Now what if I want to only give the permission of write and execute to the owner of this file? So what would I do? I will simply add 2 and this. So 2 plus 1 is 3. If I so let's change again the permission of this temp.cpp to chmod to 000 to explain it better. Temp.cpp. So all the permission are taken away from this. Now let's give this temp.cpp permission of write and execute. So what I will do, I will add 2 plus 2 power 0 1. So it means 3. So 300 chmod 300 temp.cpp, and again we can check this, and here you can see the write and execute permission are given to temp.cpp without giving the permission of read. So here you can see how this execution command works, and now let's move further. So I explained this. Now if I want to maintain the owner permission, I want to give all permission to owner, but I want to change the permission of group. I want to only give right. I want to only give the right permission to the group. So what will we do? So let's change to 000 temp.cpp. So let's check this, and here it is the temp.cpp. Now I want to give all permission to owner and give all permissions to others, but I want to give only right permission to the group. So what? So the first digit is for owner. So give all permission to this. I mean add all of these. So what we get 7. The second permission is for groups. So I want to give groups only the right permission. So only I will write this column. So 2 power 1 is 2. So only give right permission to group. And I want to give all permissions. No, sorry. I want to give only read permission to uh, to the other. So let's run this read permission. So what we get in this column 4, and temp.cpp 7 to no, command not found. Okay, I didn't use chmod. Now you can see that some temp.cpp as ls only temp.cpp. So here you can see I gave all permission to owner, which we can see read write execute. I only gave the permission of 2 column. What does this mean? Only write. So write, and this is the place of read, write is present, and execute is missing. And then I only gave 4. 4 means read permission to others. So here we can see read, write is missing, and execute is missing. So here how we checked that how this command works, and so the permission of these are changed with digits. So the point to be noted are that the first place is for owner, the second digit is for group, and the third digit is for others. And how we will give the permission to them? We will just simply add this. If we add all of these, we will get 7. And if we write this in the owner, all permission will be given to the owner. And if we add these two, the read and write permission will be given. And if we add these two, the write and execute permission will be given. And here how this command works. So we learned this. I tried to explain this better. So Let's move further. As you can see, that means no permissions. This means only permission of execution. The read permission missing and write permission missing, as I explained in this portion. The first, this means that it is a file. Don't confuse this with the permission. So the first column is the is denoted that it mentions that it is a file. As you can see, the dir mentions that it is a directory, and our permissions start from this. So read, write, and execute. Now it is the owner is complete. Now for groups, the read is missing, write permission is present, and execute is also missing. Now this is completed. Now this portion is for other. Now read is present, read permission, we can read, and write is missing and execute is missing. So that's how the digits works. So these are some basics. Now let's move to the symbolic presentation of these. We changed these. We change this permission with the help of these seven. So what? So here I use 764. 764 means what? 7 means add all these. So permission for the owner will be given. All permission to the owner will be given. And 6 means what? 6 means 2 power 2 is 4, and 2 power 1 is 2. So we get 6 from these two. So 6 means permission of read and write, and 4 means what? So 4 means permission of read, and 7 means permission of all of these, and 1 means permission of only execute. So here it works. So if I write chain mode to temp.cpp, now here you can see all the permission are taken away from this. So if I write say chmod 7, so 7 means the permission, give all permission to the owner, and 6 means what? Yes, 6 means what? 6 means if we add 2 power 2 4, and we get 2 4 plus 2 is 6. So it means 2 plus 4 is 6, permission of read and write. So it means that permission of read and write will be given to the group, and if we use 760 and 4, so 4 mean what? 2 power 2 is 4, the permission of read will be given to the others, and temp.cpp, and let's check again the permission of these. So the owner have all permissions, read, write. So this column means it is a file, and this is a read permission given, write is present, execute is present. Now this starts, and from this the group are start. Now read is given to the group, write is given to the group, but execute is missing. So execute permission is not given to the root, to the group. Now read permission is given to the others, write permission is missing, and execute permission is missing from other. So that's how our digits works. So now let's change these permission with the help of symbols. So how we will change this? Let's check again the same negative. As you can see, no, let's change again all to 0. To explain it better, 0 0 0 0 0 means get all permission from this temp.cpp, and you can see now if I want to add the permission with the help of symbol, if I don't want to use digits, so for the symbol we will simply use chmod and what u. So u means owner, and here are some symbol. U means owner, and o means others, and here I have mentioned this. The o means other, u means owner, and g means group. So, and plus mean giving the permission, and minus means taking the permission from that. So if I use chmod and plus, and if I want to give the permission of execute only to temp.cpp, and if we see it again now, this is the owner part. As you can see, the first column is for it mentions that it is a file, it starts. Now the owner part is start, so it is a read, so read is missing, write is missing, and execute, we give the execute permission to the owner. Now what if I want to give the write permission to the group? So for group, as I mentioned that chmod, we will be using ug plus write. So w is for write and temp.cpp, and again let's check this, and as you can see, the write permission is given to the group. If you want to give the permission to read, write and execute to the to others, we will use this chmod, and o means others, and plus read, write and execute temp.cpp. Now if we check that read, write and execute permission give the others, and if we want to give the permission of write also to the owner without changing others, so what we will do, we will do chmod, and for this we will use u means owner or user, and plus write permission to temp.cpp, and you can see here we get the write permission to the owner, we gave the write permission to the owner. So now change the permission to execute. So how we will change it? If I want to extract this permission, I want to take this execution permission from user, what will I do? I will use chmod, and u means owner. If I do negative, so minus means take the permission. So here I have given the permission of execution to this user, and in this case the permission of execution will be taken from the user of this file. So let's run this, and you can see the permission of execution has been taken away from this file of the owner. So these are some explanation of the chmod with digits and also with symbol. So that's enough for today lecture, and inshallah we will I will meet you in next lecture soon, inshallah.